Okay, so I just bought this wireless backup camera system made by RVS. It uses a digital wireless connection between the monitor and the camera. So it's all digital, so it's not like an analog signal, so it should be a good picture, unless of course it loses signal altogether. But so let me unbox this real quick. This does have a range up to 70 feet. Now, online they advertise 100 feet, but on the box it says 70 feet. So, I'll believe the box. So, on Amazon it says 100 feet. Just be aware of that. But 70 feet is your average length of a travel or tractor trailer. And let me get this open. And for me, we're 50 feet long, so we should be good. Alright, so I got this open. So the monitor and the camera are packaged separately. And then we got, there's a windshield mount for the display, and then this is a power cable, antenna, and then another power connection, and a bracket. I believe this is the adapter for Furrion pre-wire setup. So, nice thing about this mount is it telescopes besides pivoting, so that will be awesome. Now, you can wire in your display one of two ways. You can direct wire it into the system of the truck, or you can plug it in with the cigarette lighter adapter. So, either way. And then monitor, get this out. This stuff's packaged pretty well. Oh, instruction book. And there we go. I like this monitor. It's got a shield around it to protect it from strong sunlight. And there's the coax connector for the antenna. And this is a 5.5 inch display. So that's that. And here is another adapter. I think that's for the Furrion. Alright, and then your camera is in another box. And this is the camera. And it's in a metal case, which is nice, not plastic. It's got some weight behind it and has infrared lights for nighttime vision. So, There's a grommet if you're going to drill a hole through the side of the trailer. So, and then you got your mounting bracket with a overhead shield. Goes over the camera, help there again block out strong sunlight. So, all right. So first step in this is to ensure that everything works. So I'm not going to mount it right away. I'm going to just temporarily plug things in and see that the monitor pairs up with the camera and that that all functions, and then I'll install everything. Alright, so what I did is I pre-assembled the camera onto the bracket just to make sure it all fits okay. There's a shield on top here to block out sun and light. Now what I found is, in doing this, is that the threads on the camera that you put these screws into, there's 6 of them, there's overspray of paint, which makes it difficult to thread those screws in. So I'm glad I pre-did this before dinking with it on the back of the trailer while I'm up on a ladder. So I will take this back apart now that all the threads are opened up and the screws go in properly. Like I said, boy, it was a son of a gun getting those screws to thread in there. And I'm assuming it was overspray of paint that prevented the screws from threading in there properly. But I got it all set. So now, and I did run a test. I hooked up the camera system to 12 volts off the front end of the trailer, and I set the camera on top of the propane tanks. And I had the monitor in the truck, and I drove off with the truck, which was interesting. You can see the truck just pulling away, and I have a video of that, and you'll see that in a minute. But I was able to drive off a good 200, yeah, I'd say 250 feet away from the trailer before I finally lost signal. So if that's the case, then I don't think I'll have any dropouts. Now this is a digital signal like you have on your high definition TV where it's, you know, all digital, so you don't get any interference in the picture. So it's all or nothing. You get the picture is crystal clear, super sharp. It's all or nothing. You got a crystal clear picture or nothing. So there is no such thing as like interference with the digital. So you don't have fading in and out like you did with the analog systems at all. Very stable picture. So far I'm pretty impressed. If I could drive off a few hundred feet and still have signal, this should be no problem running down the highway. On the box it says up to 70-foot range, which is the length of a tractor trailer. But I think this goes a lot further than they state. So pretty impressive so far. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unmount this from the bracket, and I'm going to position this up on the back end of the trailer. I'm going to install it right below the light markers, and I'm going to rob the 12 volts off of the marker lights. And so whenever I plug in and turn on my lights on the truck, it will turn on the camera. So I think that will be the neatest installation and the shortest cable run. Okay, so I'm testing the setup, and there's my trailer, and on top of the propane tanks is the camera. And there's the signal from the camera to the monitor. And then what I did is I drove alright, so I'm a couple hundred feet away. I'm gonna go to the other end of the campground, see what happens. Oh, just starting to lose the signal now. It's got one bar. Lost the signal. Wow, I am really far away though. Wow, that is unbelievable. It just picked up the signal again, and the trailer is really far away. Wow, unbelievable. So if we can work that far away, man, problem. You can see the truck in the picture, just pulling up now. Unbelievable. On the box it says they're using new and improved technology, and man, there it is, just sitting on top of the propane tanks just to test it. So it's been kind of windy and cold today, so I'm going to install the camera on the back end of the trailer tomorrow when it's not so windy. Okay, so I'm going to tap into the wiring from the running lights. This way, anytime I plug in the truck to the trailer, the camera will be on. I'm going to mount the camera right below. Alright, so there's the camera mounted on the back of the trailer, and yeah, I screwed the bracket in with 4 screws, and you see there's the trailer markers, and the center marker I tapped into the wiring on that marker light. I drilled a hole just below the light and tapped the camera positive and negative to the wiring for that light. And now anytime I turn on the lights on the truck, the backup camera comes on and works great. And that's the antenna. So, and then I sealed all of that with silicone RTV to clear, and yeah, you can't even see where I just made a small hole where I could pass the cable through, and then sealed it all around with the clear sealant. So it's good, works great. Backup camera works great at night also. It lights up behind the trailer pretty good, so it uses infrared. Okay, so what I've done is the mount, the suction cup mount, they tend not to stay on the windshield very good. So I screwed the base to my dashboard. There's 2 screws, and I drilled a small pilot hole through here and into the dash and screwed it in. And it holds nice. There's the other screw. Just 2 screws. I might put a third screw right there, just to give it a little more strength. But we traveled all the way South Dakota and that back without a problem. And there's the monitor, and I just push the button and it comes on. Of course, there's no signal. I don't have the trailer hooked up, so I'm temporarily using the cigarette lighter adapter. It did come with another cord to wire directly into the 12 volts, and that's what I'll eventually do. But this worked really good. I like it a lot. Like I said, I got that situated in a nice convenient spot. There's, I got the radio, doesn't interfere with any of the controls on the dash. My phone clips in here, and then I have an adapter for the Bluetooth for the phone, so I can make and receive calls through the radio system. So everything works pretty good. And then there's my Good Sam GPS as well. So that was the other thing. Putting the monitor up there alongside with the Good Sam GPS would have really obstructed my view out the front window. So this here is ideal for it to be mounted. Alright, so we're driving down the highway and I have a crystal clear picture of what's going on behind me. So I can pass a lot easier. So this camera makes it a lot safer. The picture is clear, it's stable, and I can see everything going on. Okay, so as I wrap up this review, installation was pretty simple and straightforward. So I ran into no issues. I drove to South Dakota and back with it, and the signal was extremely stable. Very impressed with the system. Like I said, it's a digital signal, so it's either all or nothing with it. So you get a really good picture or you get no picture at all if something does interfere with it. Very rare for that picture to ever go away. I lost signal for a moment, maybe twice, but picture came right back. So I mean, it's still a radio signal and still subject to interference. But overall, the safety advantages with this system, and the clarity of the picture and stability of the signal, I give this a big thumbs up. So in the description below is a link to the camera system that I am using. I highly recommend it. It is, like I said, it makes it a lot easier to maneuver the vehicle, either backing into a space or seeing cars coming up from behind you. It was a wonderful safety feature. All right, thank you for watching. Bye now. Oh yeah, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I appreciate that. That helps us out quite a bit. And if you've been following us and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate your subscription. So until next time, happy camping.